In the fall of 2014, funded by the Denver Foundation's Arts Infinity Group, a community collaboration with a vast scope was spearheaded by several organizations that included the Center for Digital Storytelling, Bumport Theater, Warm Cookies of the Revolution, and East High School in Denver, Colorado. The innovative collaboration was designed to examine civil rights engagement through an intergenerational lens with a multimedia approach. The idea was that by partnering these organizations with their respective art forms together, as a community, we could explore what our civil rights are and how we fight for them. By bringing a core ensemble of East High School students together with elder activists, community members, and digital media and theatrical professionals, the semester-long project catalyzed education and communication through the arts. The process would begin with several workshops and events that would allow the participants to craft their own digital stories, participate in community discussions, and would culminate in the creation of an original theatrical piece about civil rights.
Jimmy.
50 years ago, in the summer of 1963, I was a 21-year-old graduate student in Princeton, New Jersey, and I was enrolled in an intensive summer language program. And news had gotten around about the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom, and the leaders hoped it would bring attention to the reality of African-American economy, basically, in America, and pressure Congress to pass a civil rights bill. It was the largest crowd that ever assembled on the mall for any purpose to that time. And Dr. King gave his speech, his I Have a Dream speech, and Mahalia Jackson sang, and the march led to the passage of the Civil Rights Bill. As the years have gone by, I've come to see for my life how important it was that I was there. It really helped me wake up to the people around me and the situation around me. And I realized I didn't have to go along with a lot of what I saw in terms of racial prejudice and social injustice, that I could live and act in ways that brought change.
I really had a fairy tale childhood that was provided by my family, but then that was balanced, kind of counterbalanced, by growing up Black in Denver in the 40s and the 50s. Mm-hmm. And that was certainly not a fairy tale.
Most of the stories were deeply moving and personal.
I am Mexican and I'm in this class, and I felt so vulnerable because I was the only Mexican girl, and I was being attacked, and I haven't really talked about this, but I'm you're taking away my ethnicity and my culture and telling me I'm one of you, and it's I don't know, I couldn't think of a way to defend myself, and I just didn't say anything to them.
The project not only connected generations, but also families. Anna Jo Garcia Haynes, a lifetime activist, was joined by her daughter Happy Haynes, who has been a prominent leader in Colorado for decades.
I knew after Happy was born, that there was just great discrimination, and she grew up with that. Kids picked on her, there were all those kinds of things, and I thought, well, I need to be involved in a very significant way in making sure that things are equal for people. And, I feel again right now that the civil rights movement is the education movement. And, we've got to, do something about that. And so I've spent my life, in a sense, doing that.
So for somebody who fought so hard, then to see some of those same oppressions come back around, what do you do?
Well, I vacillate between thinking, was it worth it? And of course the answer always is yes, of course it was. But then I think, oh my gosh, how can we be back here? What did we not do that we should have done that would have been better? And of course I have a lot of thoughts about that, and one is that we got comfortable. We didn't take those uncomfortable moments and continue to live with them, We just got complacent, and I think you can't do that or you will relive it. Every good movement in this country has been done by a plan and by the heart. Because if your civil rights movement was totally in the heart, everybody felt moved by that. So that's how you move people. You move people by their hearts, and you move them when you have a plan of what you think the end could be and what you want to do. And it helps you sustain your energy to be able to get to that place. So it's really disheartening to see this going back the other direction.
Happy also had an engaging story to tell.
It was March 19th, 1969, and I was about to defy several school rules, my principal's specific admonition, and most importantly, my mother's very strict orders not to attend the rally at West High School. The students at West would likewise be walking out of classes later that morning and holding a protest rally to denounce the racist comments of a West teacher and demand that their history and culture be included in the curriculum. Our plan was to walk out of our classes at East, march to West High School, and join the rally in solidarity with their cause. My argument with my mother didn't go well. She, a dedicated civil rights activist herself, and had participated in many marches and on many picket lines. I admired her greatly and couldn't understand why she was discouraging me from participating in this battle for justice. She had supported our efforts at East, but she thought there might be violence at this event, and she was concerned for my safety. So she laid the law down. No going to the rally, period. So now I had 3 battles going. One with the system, one about the split between black and brown, and the biggest one with my own mother.